What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. In this one, false accusations are destroying men's lives with Emily Saves America. This is from Pearl. Has almost 2 million subscribers, 1.99 million subscribers. False accusations are destroying men's lives with Emily Saves America. I've never heard of her, but this will probably be controversial.
Well, they lie. And I've done a lot of divorce cases where I'm interviewing people in divorce, and that's one of the nuclear. That's why a lot of guys end up committing suicide, is because a woman throws that at them. Yeah. Which kind of brings me to the Me Too stuff. So what is your thought on sort of the Me Too movement?
I mean, it's believe all women until it's a woman that could be Republican, someone you disagree with.
Yeah.
I think it's crazy. I mean, I don't want to speak on things I don't know shit about, but a lot of guys, because I spoke out against it, and a lot of guys reached out to me that are very famous that had everything taken away from them.
Everything.
And I'm like, women should serve jail time when they lie, and it comes out that it is proven that they lied. Because I don't know if you know about Danny Masterson, who was on That 70s Show.
Oh, he's in jail, isn't he?
He got a sentence that's worse than murder.
Dentures versus Nubia's permanent teeth in only 24 hours. Do you think you could break these?
Wow.
Because his ex-girlfriends, I don't know shit, but I've met him many times. He was always lovely. Never creepy, never had a bad experience. But I'm there's something weird to me about the fact that, and same with the Trump case with that E. Jean Carroll, who's a fucking hideous feminist that no one would want to fuck.
It's always the ugly.
Dude, it's so crazy how all my friends who are literal supermodels somehow aren't being shoved in the woods and raped, but somehow the ugliest women ever.
Well, that's not true. I mean, Diddy parties, only hot women were allowed at Diddy parties. But I disagree with Danny Masterson. There's so much evidence. It wasn't just his girlfriends, it was women who came forward. So I disagree with this Emily on Danny Masterson. He got 30 to 40 years in prison. Remember him from That 70s Show? I didn't like that show. Was it Hyde? Was it? He was one with a big curly hair, and he used to wear black sunglasses. There's people that have said that Ashton Kutcher, who was best friends with Danny Masterson, also did some stuff. Plus he used to be friends with Diddy, so
somehow aren't being shoved in the woods and raped, but somehow the ugliest women to ever exist are all perfectly.
I'm I don't think they want it that bad.
No, and that's why it's a fucking lie.
If you look at rape victims or murder I forgot, but there's an age limit. Yeah, I know. I don't remember what it is, but it's they only go for women under, the majority are under 28.
Well, these are also the same women that don't care what a beautiful Swedish white 17-year-old girl gets gang raped in Sweden by a migrant. They're fine with that, but
no,
we should defend the 65-year-old hideous woman.
Yeah.
But dude, he got a crazy sentence, and I'm something doesn't sit right with me that 3 of your ex-girlfriends, when you were rich and famous, came out and all agreed you raped them. I'm you what do you mean raped your girlfriend and then your girlfriend stayed with you? Like, I'm sorry, women should serve jail time
It wasn't
if they lie
just
about this shit. The same way guys,
girlfriends.
when they lie, also have consequences. But the Me Too movement is like a bunch of dudes just being normal dudes, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
and then getting like severe punishments, and half the times the women lie. Like, I'm sorry, did you go to the cops? Did you file a report? Did you do a rape kit? Is there evidence? I mean, basically at this point, like, no wonder guys treat women like shit, where every dude with money is just a walking liability, especially in Los Angeles.
Target, yeah.
I would treat women like shit too. I'd be like, well, half of you are going to turn on me.
Yeah. What do you think of the Shannon Sharp case?
Who the fuck is that? I don't even know.
Oh, you
who that
didn't
is.
follow that at all?
No,
Okay.
I'm sorry.
There was like, he was hooking up with some 19-year-old OnlyFans model, and now.
Good for him.
Yeah, no, but see, at least that's not. You know what? I can't stand when women get mad at guys for liking younger women.
Why? She's probably hot and like really good at bed.
Do you know
I'm
what?
sorry.
I know, and women get so mad, but it's like we all know when you're 20, you get like the most attention you've ever. Like, I don't know why.
Of course.
Like, you age and you get older. Like, it is what it is.
Yeah, and by the way, like your
Just-
body back then is like you're eating McDonald's, body's banging, it gets harder to be in
Just
shape.
take the L.
No,
just take it. Just eat
Just take it. Take it.
Just eat it. You know.
Just like, dude, be fucking. I'm like, be fake with them. Be real with them.
You know what? It just like if you're. Why don't you just go for even older guys? Like go for the 50-year-olds or something. Like you know.
And then it balances out a little bit.
More. I mean, they're always gonna want the 20-year-old.
Of course.
But it's just like it. But anyways, this guy, he's hooking up with one, and she's like texting him about the BDSM stuff or whatever,
Whatever the kids are into.
and she set him up.
Oh, well, there you go.
And so then, like, after they did it, she texted him. I don't want to laugh because it's actually pretty bad, but she basically cooked his career by falsely accusing him. But
Yeah.
Again, there is proof of him. She recorded him, their phone messages, and he said some mean things like, "Bitch, I'll choke you in public." How about that? A big black guy choking a small white girl. I'll do it, bitch. You know, there's evidence against. Again, you know, with Pearl, I agree. I call it how it is. You know, I agree with some of the things she says, and I disagree with some other things. I mainly agree, especially with, you know, rape victims and the Me Too movement. Just a bunch of lies. But with Shannon Sharp, I mean, he's lucky he's not facing criminal charges.
because, well, I mean, which it's still, you know, I'll say that it's not sued, but it's still, the case is still up in the air, but she's civilly suing him for millions of dollars right after he got like a $50 million contract.
And I'm sure she's not in this for the money. She wants justice, right?
Yeah. And
How come broke dudes never get all these lawsuits? How come it's always dudes that are somehow at the peak of their career and then everyone comes out of nowhere? I just find that really interesting.
I know, and it's women that they haven't talked to in like 20. Yeah, and they lose their
Or they
career.
denied.
Yeah, and they lose their careers. A lot of times, even the wives, a lot of times, like, facilitated is the crazy
And they
part.
don't. The thing is, half these guys never get like come back, because the thing is with women, the second someone's like, oh, he's a rapist, it's just he's a rapist forever. You could be like, no, on paper she said she lied, and people don't care. That's just who you are.
Well, it's because from
Exactly.
a company point of view, they don't want to deal
Exactly.
with it.
Yeah.
Like, it's just too much of a headache. They don't want to deal with lawyers, human resource. Like,
Oh.
Even if women say, okay, I lied, and they put a, you know, pen to paper saying I lied, you know, and give whatever stupid reason it is, they falsely accused whoever it was of rape, that man is forever marked. Because you have people that are like, well, does she, you know, just say she made it up because she doesn't want to go through a trial, and did he actually rape her and she's just like, I don't want to go through a trial, I don't want to go through any more of this publicity or whatever I'm getting, all these people talking about me, so I'm just gonna say I made it up. But most of the time the women who accuse men of rape are lying. Even when they come forward and say, I lied, he didn't rape me. That guy's forever marked by people who are like, did he? And she's just saying, I made it up. We have girls who are gonna stay away from that guy. Employers are gonna not want to hire him because it's on your record. I'm pretty sure, falsely accused of rape. How would you? I mean, I can't even imagine going in a job interview. Because you have to write down your criminal past, I think. It's been so long since I've worked. Oh, falsely accused of rape. Can I ask what happened there? But yeah, a woman coming forward and saying, I made it up, I wasn't raped by him. It basically means shit. It basically means shit. Because you still have at least 30 to 40% who are like up in the air. And nothing happens to women. Nothing happens to the women who falsely accuse men of rape. Nothing. I looked it up. They get no jail time. Nothing. They get shit. It's like a slap on the hand. They should be sent to prison for like 3 to 5 years. Because if they're capable of doing that, what else are they capable of doing? I mean, that's just sick. That is sick.
Also, I'm sorry, you saw everything that happened with, Army Hammer, and I'm just, Army Hammer, he was, the one that they were like, oh, he's a cannibal, he's, eating women, but, all these women, knowingly, were down for all this shit, and then, they all went, on, USA Rape Tour, and, all were he's horrible, but I'm okay, I'm gonna be,
He was eating women?
He said he was, wanted to, cook the ribs and eat them.
Wait, did he do it?
No.
Oh, okay.
But it was probably fucking just fantasy shit. But at the same time, I wanted to look at all these women. I was like, hey, at any point in time, could you have just left and walked away and blocked this number? Oh, you could have.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you weren't chained to a bed.
Why would you even see this guy's post and contact him? Are you deranged? What? That's basically asking to be murdered. That's like a slap in the face of all these innocent females that were kidnapped, raped, and murdered. And you basically answer a phone call or answer that call to a guy who says he wants to eat females, and not in a good way, if you know what I mean. You do. Alright, right. Taco Tuesday. Anyways.
Okay, so like I don't really feel fucking bad for you. Like,
that's when I was interviewing. So I interviewed 1,000 people in London. That was kind of how I started my media career. I had like a show there.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things that I didn't realize is how many women lie about abuse. Because when women would say, oh, my abusive ex-boyfriend, you know, a couple of years ago, my initial reaction is to believe them, right? Of course. Because, you know, when someone's telling you something with a really serious face, you think, yeah. But then someone in the comment section told me to ask, like, a couple of questions, and so
really get the specifics.
Yeah, and so I'm like, well, did you file a police report?
No.
No. Well, what happened? And what happened would be they would tell the story very out of context. For example, one girl said that she was thrown down a flight of stairs. And I'm like, that sounds like a terrible thing.
Yeah, that sounds like...
And so I'm like, what? But the comments kept saying, no, ask her more. Ask her what led up to it.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, what happened? Long story short, she was trespassing.
Okay.
He told her to leave.
Yeah.
Right? And they're at the top of the stairs. He started an argument in front of his, like, 5-year-old kid. She's, like, yelling at him. And he's pushing her out of the house. And yeah, okay, maybe, like, I mean, it's not smart. You shouldn't touch it. You should just
No, you should never touch people, but, like, at the end of the day,
but
like...
you shouldn't be
I
there.
think it's, like, morally fine to push someone out of your house and told to leave.
If it's your home and they're trespassing,
correct.
yeah.
But from, like, a tactical point of view, it's just better to call it, you know, because then she can...
Yeah, if you're doing it...
That's what a lot of women do. That's what most women do. They fail to add important information to the stories they tell. Oh, he abused me, he did this, he did that. And you find out, oh, you did that, and you did this, and you did that. You tried stabbing him with a knife once, says. Oh, I forgot about that stuff.
Interviews 3 months later, you should definitely just call the cops.
No, I meant like...
I get it.
Yeah.
You want employees to be able to book their own trips so that you don't have to play travel.
Yeah.
But come on, you get the
I'm like at the point where it's like, well, what do you expect when you've created a society where the only people who get rewarded are victims? Mm-hmm. And, you know, you get book tours, you get attention, you get money, everyone feels bad for you. So it's like, well, what do you expect? But I think it does suck, and the reason I shit on women that do this is because it actually does take away from the real victims who go through, like, horrific things. But when I hear abuse, I think real abuse. I didn't think, like, oh, like, now it's like, oh, he raised his voice at me. Okay. Well, now it's hard to take anyone seriously.
I mean, that's how, I mean, even the Crowder
He
thing,
raised his
right?
voice.
I mean, people were saying he was abusive because he yelled at her. Like, that's
yelling
it. Like, that's it.
Like, oh, he yelled?
Like,
okay, well, now it's hard to take anyone seriously.
I mean, that's how, I mean, even the Crowder thing, right? I mean, people were saying he was abusive because he yelled at her. Like, that's
yelling
it. Like, that's it.
Like, oh, he yelled at me? Like my teachers used to yell at me.
I'm like, I know.
My friends yell at me.
And Candace Owens, she was the one who, like, released the story. So it's, like, kind of like, a lot of conservative women are, like, conservative until they're not. Right. Yeah.
They're conservative when it's convenient.
Yeah. And that's why, you know, I do respect that it's not like you're like, we're going to get into the trad wives. It's not like you're cosplaying and pretending to be, you know, this trad wife.
And that's the end. Yeah, that's another thing. Women will call abuse when a man raises his voice at her. My husband yelled at me really loud. My boyfriend yelled at me, called me the B word, called me a bitch. I was abused. Now, I'm not condoning, you know, men doing that, but that's not abuse. You want abuse? Why don't you talk to actual abuse victims who had their eye sockets broken because their boyfriend or husband punched them in the face. But you know what? I blame the women for that too. Not all, but 80%, because they picked them. If you go out with a guy who has a bunch of tattoos, arm sleeves, neck tattoos, if you don't expect to get abused, you are a dumb woman. If the guy has a really loud car system, and he dresses like a gangster, a wannabe gangster, and he abuses you and cheats on you, that's on you. That's your fault. I seriously could do this. Give me 10 guys in a lineup. Some who have abused women and some who haven't. It could be 7-3 abused women, 7-3, 7 who haven't, 3-8 who have. I would get all 10 right if I could ask questions. I could only ask each person 3 questions. Heck, I'll make it 2 questions. I'd get all 10 right. The same thing with cheaters. I could give me 10 people, same thing, whatever number they do to try and confuse me. 5 cheaters, 5 people who have never cheated, all who have cheated, every single one. I'll get all 10 right. I'll get all 10 females right. Simply by asking 2 questions. They might not be the same for each female, and they have to dress how they normally dress. No like dressing like it's some damn movie or play. Dress how they dress in regular life. I could get all 10 of those bitches. Oh, here we go. All 10 right. 8 of them were cheaters, and 2 have never cheated. 10 for 10. It's just so simple to pick out guys who are cheaters and who are abusive, and women who are cheaters. It's just so simple, as long as you get to ask at least 2 questions. I should do that. I wish I had the equipment to go walk on the street and just ask a girl, ask a female, it doesn't matter what age. Well, as long as they're over 18. Anyways, I would get everyone right. But like always and forever, first, thank you for watching. Thank you to all my subscribers. Whether you like me dislike me, love me, hate me, I don't care. You're still subscribed. So for that, like always and forever, I end my videos, and you know this. Take care. Be safe. Peace.